to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kim and I'm back with another video. So if you follow my channel, you know this is my first story time, and as you can see in the description below, I'm just gonna do a little bit about myself. I'm gonna talk about my experience with Corona and my whole lifestyle and stuff like that. So stay tuned and watch my video, okay? If you're new to my channel, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I have a lot of new contents coming shortly, so just stay tuned for that, okay? Alright, so at the moment, I'm living in Kingston because I'm a student at a university in Jamaica. I will not tell you the name of that university. So when Corona came to Jamaica, I was in school. I was actually at school when I heard about it, and I wasn't really following the whole Corona situation because honestly, I didn't think it was gonna come to Jamaica. I was like the rest of Jamaicans thinking that, oh, we can't catch Corona and oh, Corona can't come here. That was my view on Corona at the time, and I didn't know much about Corona. I wasn't educated about it because I didn't follow the news. I don't really follow news on a whole, so I wasn't really educated on Corona at the time. So when I was at school and I heard that the first Corona case is in Jamaica, I was like, you serious? And I went home. I didn't stay for my for the entire day. I didn't go to the rest of the classes. I just went home. Um I went to Papine actually because I had some stuff that I wanted to get on the road before I went home. And I noticed that every supermarket that I go to, there's a big line, there's a long line, there's a lot of crowd. And I realized that everybody buying hand sanitizer, everybody buying alcohol, peroxide, everybody making their own hand sanitizer because Corona came to Jamaica, and in one day you couldn't get any former wipes at any Chinese store, any no store at all. You couldn't get any former wipes. You couldn't get any former hand sanitizer. You couldn't get anything. So everybody has to be improvising, making their own form of sanitary products and so forth. I did not buy anything. Honestly, and I always have hand sanitizer. So I wasn't panicking at that time. So I just took a taxi and I went home. When I got home, my mom called and she said that where she's working, because she works, she's from Hanover. She works at a hotel. She called and she said that if I heard that Corona is in Jamaica and that every place is closing down and so forth, and I must watch the news. So when I watch news now, I'm hearing that Jamaica is gonna they're thinking about closing down Jamaica. So I'm like, when I mean close down Jamaica, what is that? What is closing down Jamaica? You mean that we can't leave our homes, we're restricted to go to certain areas? What's it about, right? So I think the next day, I think it was the next day, I was on my way to school, and when I got back home, I heard that the school closed. So all the classes are now online. I'm like, are you serious? I before they put the classes online, they closed the school for 2 weeks because they were monitoring the situation, right? I told my mother that was stupidness, honestly, because you close the school for 2 weeks. Corona has been in other countries for weeks. How Jamaica go deal with Corona in just 2 weeks, right? So I knew that school wasn't going to open back. I knew it was going to reopen anytime soon. But I didn't go home. Most of my friends, my roommates, and my housemates, everybody went home. I did not go home because I'm saying I don't want to make a rash decision and pack up, go back home because I live in Hanover. That's the other end of the island. I don't want to go home and then I have to come back up. And yeah, and I don't want to be traveling at that time because I don't know who have it. And honestly, mentally, I wasn't prepared for Corona. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the steps and measures to honestly take, right? So at that time, I started to Google stuff and so forth. So after school closed down, I didn't leave my house, anything like that. I didn't leave my house. I went on the road one Saturday, and I went on the road that Saturday. I didn't go back. I spent like for me, I buy things for myself because I live alone at the time. Because going to school, I don't have any family there or anything. So I'm basically there by myself. And I think I spent around $15,000 on groceries. And for me, that's a lot. I don't normally spend that much on groceries. I spend like $6,000, $7,000, and that lasts me for like 2 weeks. So spending $15,000 because my mother was pressuring me. She was panicking. She was like, make sure you go to China, Kim. Make sure you go to China and go buy up tin mackerel and tin food and things that can't spoil and a lot of meat and dry goods so you don't have to keep going on the road and make sure when you buy the food you come in and wipe it off and sanitize it and everything. So yeah, I went on the road and I got a lot of food and I don't eat a lot. So most of that food and it can yeah some of the food spoiled. I gave away some because I don't eat a lot and um I don't eat often. I think that's the best word to say. I don't eat often, right? So yeah. Alright, so after I went on the road and I got my food and so forth and the 2 week pass that the school gave us, it passed and then they said that school is still not going to be reopened. They're going to go online with the classes. So I was like, all right, doesn't make sense that I'm in Kingston anymore because the only reason why I'm in Kingston is for school. So if school is closed, then I can go home, right? So I was so excited to go home. I did not pack up anything outside the room. I just took one handbag with my laptop and things that I'm going to need for school. And I took a bus and I went home. Not thinking it through that if I leave my things in the room, I'm still going to have to pay rent and all of that's very, very good stuff. Yeah, I did not think that through. So when I went home and I was there for a while, I got a call from one of my friends saying that I must remember that rent is due and so forth. So I'm like, oh my god. And my rent was $24,000 a month. So imagine having to pay $24,000 a month and not using Wi-Fi, gas, not using anything because the 24,000 cover for everything. You're not using anything and you have to still pay that 24,000 for a month. I was like, crap. It's not that I don't have the money, but seeing that everybody's not working at the moment because my mom got laid off, everybody who was working got laid off. I don't have that money to spend or to waste in that time because you know the whole corona pandemic, money going down and so forth. So you have to be budgeting. So I had to I had an uncle in Kingston. He was going to school as well. So he lived on the same property that I was renting. So I had asked him to remove my stuff from the room so I wouldn't have to be paying for anything if I don't have my stuff occupying the room. So I got those out and so forth, right? So where I'm from, it's a very rural community in Hanover. I'm not gonna say the name. Um, we have internet problems, right? So imagine having all the classes going online and I don't have any Wi-Fi to access those classes, right? As I said, when I went home, I just made a rash decision and I didn't think it through. So every time I had a class or I had an exam, I had to put on a data plan on my phone to do those online tests. And if you're from Jamaica and you use mobile data plan, you know that it don't last. As you put it on, it finish. And it doesn't work well on laptops. It goes a lot faster. So I had to constantly be putting on a plan. So that was very, very costly. So that was a very bad experience for me. However, I did all my tests and I did all my exam and I was successful, thank God, and so forth. So that was something good and so forth. And I got a little bit more time to study for my exam because if Corona didn't come, I'd probably be doing my exam in the 2 week that we got the school closed for. That would be my exam time, and I wasn't really ready, so that was the only plus for me, honestly. And yeah, I got to see my family early because I wouldn't actually be seeing my family until way after that way after that, probably the ending of summer and so forth, because I had some other courses to do in the summer. So yeah, it was a little bit good and a little bit bad. But I didn't really go out much, honestly. I didn't go out much because when it just came to Jamaica, they said to us that only persons who have corona should wear masks, right? I didn't have corona. I haven't gotten corona since it came out, and I'm hoping I don't catch it. Yeah. So I wasn't wearing any mask. Then after the cases started to climb and the whole call center, yeah, that episode went on, everybody started wearing masks. No, I'm a very sickly person and I can't really wear the mask because I can't breathe. Because I have asthma and a lot of other respiratory problems. So I had to stay in because if I have a respiratory problem and I catch corona, which has to do with the respiratory system, then yeah, you know how that goes. It's not gonna be pretty. So I wasn't going out much and so forth. I really wasn't going out much. I stayed in most of the time, right? And I'm here thinking that it doesn't really matter because I'm with my family, we have food, we have everything, so I don't need to go out, right? Little did I know that my school is going to continue with a module that I was supposed to do over the summer. This module, because I'm a nursing student actually, um, will actually require me to go out at the hospital and do a training course. So I started to panic because I'm saying, if you have corona, where are you going to go? To the hospital, right? And I'm going to the hospital to train. So I'm going where the corona is. So I was so nervous, honestly. But I thought to myself that guess what? I'm more familiar with this whole corona stuff and I know how to protect myself. I know that if I wash my hands and me talking to you doesn't mean that I'm gonna get it. If I wear my mask, I know how to sanitize and so forth and I follow what I read and all the guidelines, I should be fine and so forth. So and I thought that it would be a good experience for when I actually finish my studies and I become a nurse. It would be good because I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of sick persons over the time. I can't take a sick leave or a vacation every time a new disease or virus comes into play. So I just went with it and I'm still doing that course at the moment. And I think it was a 2 month course and I only have 2 weeks left and I'm still corona free, thank God and everything. So it hasn't been bad so far. I'm still trying to adjust because like going on the road there's certain protocols. In a taxi you can't, I try to limit the amount of taxis that I take. That's the first thing. But in a taxi you can't go, there's not as much persons in the car. You have to distance yourself 6 feet apart everywhere you go. And sometimes I don't readily remember that, oh, I'm supposed to be 6 feet away from this person. So sometimes, yeah, I do forget. I'm trying to adjust to the curfew as well because I'm not used to having a curfew or something telling me that, oh, I can't be on the road after a certain time. I'm not used to that. So I'm trying to adjust to that as well. I'm trying to adjust to the mask, trying to not touch my face every minute, trying to not do the unnecessary talking and everything. I'm trying to adjust to all of that, but so far, I think it's been okay so far. It's not bad, but honestly, I really want everything to go back to normal. When you can go out, have fun, and not worry about getting sick, cause even though we're following the protocols, you still have to be on your guard knowing that you can get sick. So it limits the amount of fun that you can have. So honestly, that's the only downside to this, and the fact that persons are actually dying from corona. It's something I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. This is the first for me. I think this is the first for a lot of persons. Honestly, I think this is the first for a lot of persons because my mom is in her 40s and she never experienced anything like this. Where the country, the entire world is going through this pandemic. yeah, it is scary. I honestly don't watch the news because I don't want to hear the amount of persons getting sick, the amount of persons dying. But I'm actually grateful and I'm happy that more persons are recovering and less persons are getting sick, and more grateful for the fact that less persons are dying. So if you see my video and you actually watch it to the end, all I'm saying is protect yourself out there, guys. Continue to listen to all the guidelines. Stay safe. Until next time, it's your girl Kim. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching my videos, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all other social media platforms. New videos coming up. Stay tuned.